particularly today, even it seemed like you're really pushing it, really, but also engaged and not shy from going into the high traffic zones, pulling away from actual contact. But it seems like you're doing everything but that at this point.
Yeah.
How that's going?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to do exactly that, everything but getting hit right now. So you want to make sure that when you're told not to get hit, you don't. But that being said, you still have to try to create good habits as best you can. Trying to practice being around traffic and that kind of thing.
Being at high speed, being with that traffic, people moving all around you, wasn't that part of getting back to normal for you?
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with that, especially early on. So, it's nice to be out there with bodies moving around and probably moving around faster than they had before, and being able to handle that. So, that was good to go through that today.
So is the level of work you've done the last 2 days comparable with the kind of work you were doing in the summer, or is this more or less? Or?
I'd say more, yeah. I mean, I think if you ask any guy, it would be more. It's pretty tough skates out there, up and down, and whether you're like me, kind of coming off of this, or somebody who's trained all summer, it's still pretty intense for everyone out there. And for me, I'm just happy to be out there, a part of it, and feeling pretty good.
Last week in your press conference, you called for a universal ban on this. Back in March, you suggested maybe a little wiggle room for accidental ones. What caused you to maybe adjust your stance to have just a universal ban on it?
Well, I think the more you think about it, and the more I watched last year, I mean, you can't have that gray area. And there can be guys that hit a guy in the head and they can say they didn't mean to, and all of a sudden they can maybe get out of something. So I think for the speed of the game and physicality, you've got to have a clear-cut rule. You can't have guys hesitating, or there's really things that happen out there that are too fast to judge sometimes, and guys have to be responsible. I think after watching and realizing that, I think guys are able to make that decision, and I felt that that's probably the best way to do it.
A lot of players like Mike Kite-Malary and some others have kind of jumped on board with you, and a lot of you really for making this call. Are you pretty encouraged by that?
Yeah, I mean, we play. I mean, we're out there. We know what's going on out there, and I think when guys are saying that, I think they're not just the guys who want to avoid that contact. They're the same guys that are giving the hits too, and we don't want to take anything away from the game, but at the same time, if there's adjustments that can be made to hopefully make it better and help it, then I think that guys feel strongly about that, because that's the game we play, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But it's definitely encouraging, and at some point, I'm sure that they'll look harder at it. But I don't know when the new rules exactly are out, if they're out already. But it's something that I'm sure they're taking a look at.
How have you been feeling the past 2 days in general?
I felt pretty good. Yeah, the last couple of days have been good, and been a pretty good test here. So happy with the way it's gone.
No symptoms, no after effects of yesterday's sit?
No, it felt pretty good. I was tired, but I was tired, but it was nice.
You going to skate again tomorrow?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Could you compare the exertion level today to yesterday? Were they both all out? Or?
Yeah, they were both all out. I mean, today was probably just a little tougher because yesterday was the first day going that hard, and back-to-back days. So today felt a little bit tougher, but I think as far as symptoms or anything like that, I felt just as good as yesterday. So that's good.